Welcome to E-Academy. In today's episode, we will present the INT GSM, a GPRS communication module for the Integra and Integra Plus control panels. It enables these alarm control panels to communicate using the GSM network in much the same way as the Integra 128WRL control panel. However, the INT GSM module offers a number of brand new options to the users. For example, it allows you to operate the system using the Integra Control mobile application without having to install the ETHM1 Plus module in the premises. More details in a moment. First, however, let's discuss how the device is built. On the module electronics board, you can find an industrial GSM telephone, 2 nano SIM card slots, RS232 port connector, Integra communication bus terminals, RS485 port terminals, Tampa input, and the power supply input. The module is delivered complete with the ANT GSM eye antenna. Important information. The advanced telephone module used in the INT GSM allows incoming SMS messages and calls to be received via both SIM cards at the same time. As regards data transmission and SMS sending by the module, these functions are implemented using just one of the cards, the primary one, which is treated as having priority. The other card serves as a secondary backup. If the primary card fails due to a network problem, a breakdown, etc., the module will automatically switch to the other card, thus keeping uninterrupted communication. INT GSM supports SIM cards from different network operators. In this device, like in the GPRS-A and the GSM-X modules, you have the option of defining whether the module is to connect to any GSM network or to the specific pre-selected one only. Of course, you must be sure that the operator of the selected card allows the use of the other party's transmitters. If logging into a specific network is recommended, enter the appropriate MCC-MNC code into the INT GSM module tab during configuration of the Integra system in the DLoadX program. This option is useful in situations where using a specific network is recommended because its signal in the given location has the highest strength and quality, or for any other reason. If you use prepaid cards, you can program INT GSM so that the available balance is checked at the indicated time every day. If it turns out that the amount of the available funds has dropped below the preset level, the device will report a failure and appropriate information will be sent by SMS to the telephone numbers to be notified. You can also check the account balance at any time from the alarm system keypad or remotely. To do so, send the module an SMS message containing the appropriate pre-programmed command. As you may have previously noted, INT GSM has both a communications bus connector and 2 serial port connectors. This is because the INT GSM module can be connected to the control panel in 2 ways. The first of them will be used for direct connection to the control panel with the module via communication bus and the RS232 port. Connection of the INT GSM module communication bus with the control panel keypad bus is used to transfer data between these devices during normal operation. On the other hand, the RS232 connection is required for remote configuration of the control panel from the DLoadX program level. The second way is the INT GSM working in conjunction with the control panel via the ETHM1 Plus module. If this is the case, the control panel keypad bus and RS232 port are connected to the corresponding connectors of the Ethernet module, while the communication modules are connected to each other through the RS485 ports. The advantage of this solution is that you can use the GSM network as a backup transmission path to substitute for the Ethernet network. Important information. For the INT GSM module to be able to interface with the previously mentioned devices, they should have appropriate versions of their firmware. For the Integra and Integra Plus control panels, firmware version 1.18 and higher is required. The ETHM1 Plus module should have firmware version 2.05 or higher. For configuration of the system in which the INT GSM is used, the DLoad program version 1.18000 or later is required. Current firmware versions are available for download on our website. Of course, whether INT GSM is used with the alarm control panel alone or with the ETHM1 Plus, it offers a number of communication functions implemented via the GSM network. Let us discuss them. The module can report events from the alarm control panel to the 2 monitoring stations. The coded information can be sent in 2 ways, using GPRS transmissions or SMS messages. The installer can determine the priorities, that is, decide which of the transmission paths is to be handled first. Detailed reporting settings such as selection of the transmission format or protocol are configured in the DLoadX program. Using INT GSM in conjunction with ETH-M1+ adds one more transmission path, which is the Ethernet network. You must therefore determine the priorities of using Ethernet, GPRS and SMS paths. In addition, ETH-M1+, together with the INT GSM, implements effective dual-path reporting according to EN 50136. The INT GSM module can send notifications about events related to the alarm system in which it works. This information can be sent to specific people using SMS messages and, in the case of the Integra Plus control panels, via email. In both situations, you have 16 contacts at your disposal. In addition, users of the Integra Control mobile application can be informed via push notifications. The content of all messages is created automatically based on the entries stored in the control panel event memory. Consequently, you do not have to prepare and enter individual notifications manually. By connecting INT GSM to the Integra control panel, you get several options for remote system control. The first and also the most popular one is to use for this purpose Android or iOS mobile devices with the Integra control application installed on them. The second way, which is also convenient and quite widely used, is sending SMS messages. You can also use the cost-free clip service, that is, make the so-called hang-up calls to the module. The system can be controlled via SMS and clip from 16 numbers saved for notification or from any telephone number. The last way is to remotely connect to the module and manage the system from the GuardX administration program. The INT GSM module allows you to use the SATEL connection setup service. With this option, the configuration of the Integra system, communication with the Integra Control mobile application, and the DLoadX and GuardX programs takes only a few moments. This solution is convenient and also secure because the transmitted information is encrypted with a complex algorithm. New SATEL devices equipped with a GSM telephone, including the discussed INT GSM, offer the possibility of clock synchronization with a selected time server or the time of GSM network operator. Thus, you can be sure that the clock in the Integra system in which the module works will always keep accurate time. You can update the INT GSM module firmware remotely using the Upserve program, which is available for download on our website. This solution is very convenient and effective from the installer's point of view because he does not have to visit the premises and physically connect to the device in order to install the firmware on the module. How the Integra control panel with INT GSM module connected differs from the Integra 128WRL control panel, which itself has a built-in GSM telephone. The advantage of the system incorporating the new module is that you can use the SATEL connection setup service and, consequently, operate the system using the Integra Control mobile app without having to connect the ETH-M1+ module. Of course, if you do not have access to the internet at the Integra 128WRL installation site, nothing is standing in the way of connecting to the INT GSM module to it and enjoying the rich functionalities offered by the Integra Control. You can also connect the INT GSM module to the Integra or Integra Plus control panel in an already existing system to enhance its capabilities with those offered by the communication module. Finally, it is worth adding that the INT GSM can be an important element of the alarm system based on the Integra and Integra Plus control panels used for their integration via the Integram software. For more information about Integram, please visit integram.satel.eu. That's all for today. Thank you. Please watch the next episodes of eAcademy. See you soon.